I'm having fun today, even if you're not. So I'm having fun. We have to make sure that we're careful because what's in us will come out of us. What's in us leaks out of us. And what's in us splashes onto those around us. But I want to give you some good news and some hope today. That's not the only thing, because I don't want to leave you with those things. I want to leave you with this confidence and hope. As I was shopping, I had to ask the Holy Spirit this question. I looked at the apple, and I asked the Holy Spirit, I said, Holy Spirit, I wonder if the apple knew that when it was cut, when it was peeled, and when it was sliced, I wonder if the apple knew that it was going to be prepared to be an apple pie. I wonder if the apple knew that in the peeling process, in the cutting process, in the picking process, that it was destined and designed to become an apple pie. I wonder if the apple knew that in the process of becoming something better than it once was before, that it ended up becoming that when it was placed in the midst of some brown sugar, had some cinnamon and some sugar sprinkled on top of it, had some butter mixed within it, placed in a crust that was going to keep it and hold it together through any and all seasons of its life. I wonder if the apple knew that it was held together to be an apple pie. I wonder if the apple knew that if it was held together to be an apple pie, that when the heat was cut on in its life, and when the heat was cut on to make it sweat in its life, I wonder if the apple knew that when the heat was pressed on in its life, that there were secret reactions and chemical reactions that were happening to bind that apple together so that it could become the best kind of apple pie. Then I began to ask myself the question. I said, Self, I wonder if the orange knew that if the pressure was put on in its life, that if it was cut in half, then squeezed and had some pressure put on it, I wonder if the orange knew that if just with a little bit of pressure, it was going to become some orange juice. Then I wanted to ask myself the question. I said, Self, I wonder if the banana knew that when it was peeled by life, I'm about to preach myself happy today, that when it was cut up, mixed up with some vanilla pudding packets, had some heavy whipping cream placed on it, because it got to be heavy whipping cream now, and had some carnaceous milk mixed in there with it. I wonder if the banana knew that it was paired with a vanilla wafer, that it would come to be a beautiful banana pudding that we could all enjoy and deserve and enjoy and partake in. And I want to let you know today that if you've ever been cut by life, if you've ever been peeled by life, if you've ever had the pressure put on you by life, don't you ever get to tripping, because you have no idea what God is cooking up in your life.